The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. Intertwine, darling, you and I. And my heart beats
So hey guys, sorry it took so long for this video. I'm not gonna lie, after my show I got really big. I just started eating so much food, so I just was not in the mood to record myself at that time. But I'm gonna start this video off just like how I was feeling leading up to the show, like the weeks before, and then I'll do a voiceover during my workout. The workout that I did I wanted it to be closer to the show, but like I said, I was just feeling very like insecure at the time. I wasn't completely sure if I was ready, so I don't know. I just had a lot of things going on. So this workout I believe was 4 weeks out. But anyways, leading up, I felt like I wasn't lean enough, and that was simply because my original coach, he actually messed me up, and he thought that I was doing a different show for some reason, and he just wasn't bringing me in lean enough and very unattentive. Like, you know, I was trying to make sure I was doing everything right. I signed up, you know, to have a coach extra early, but things didn't work out, so I ended up dropping him, and I had to kind of coach myself the rest of the way. And I will say I did learn a lot from it. Like, I feel like I'm at the point where like I could coach someone else for their own bodybuilding show if I wanted to, but apart from that, I would always like just do my own research and then, you know, try to learn as fast as I could. Ended up pushing my show by a month out, but still, like I said, I didn't feel like I was fully ready, which is why I wasn't like super into like recording myself every day in the gym. I had like a hoodie on, and I just didn't really want to look at myself, and I was just hoping everything was going to be all right, because like, you know, people at my gym, family, like, or especially at my gym, people kind of would see me as like, oh, like that kid has potential, like he's going to do really great. And I just felt like I was just gonna get destroyed on stage. And, you know, I'm competing naturally, and I did an NPC show, which is untested, like you're allowed to take steroids. So I wasn't completely sure in terms of size that I would be big enough. So I wanted to come in super lean, but if I wasn't very lean, then it was just like, damn, now I'm just gonna get destroyed in every aspect. Luckily, I was kind of correct. Like, I wasn't like the leanest I could possibly be, and especially like versing some of the older guys, because I was the youngest person in that show, but especially versing the older guys, the size difference was apparent. But I did, you know, notice that in terms of shape, like I was like pretty up there. So yeah.
So, from 4 weeks out, this was actually probably the best, I guess, time in my bodybuilding prep. Um, Aside from the part that when I first left my coach, I had a bad binging problem because, you know, leading up to that, when I was getting coached to him, I did everything perfectly. So then when like I ended things with him, it was just like so much stress just came out of me, and I just started eating like crazy, and I thought I wouldn't be able to do it anymore. But I bounced back, and from 4 weeks out, everything was perfect. And you know, and even before like that short binge problem, I had been perfect. I basically had no cheat meals, and I only would listen exactly to what he said. Even cardio, I never skipped a single day. If anything, I did more. All in attempt to be lean enough by show day. But Still, I felt that I could be much leaner, but 4 weeks out, the hopes were still high. It wasn't. I still had 4 weeks, so I didn't feel like I wasn't ready yet, and I was looking the best I had ever looked in a very long time. So I was just in a very good mood. This is why I was able to record, and I will say some of these clips, I did this after my workout actually, because I recorded everything myself on my phone, but then my brother came along with his camera. So some of these might not be the heaviest weight, and that's just because I already had no energy. Anyways, starting from 2 weeks out, that's when shit started to hit, and I didn't want anyone to see my physique. In the gym, people would ask me how I was feeling all the time. Like, everyone would always try to talk to me. And by that point, I was hiding my physique from everyone. Even at home, I was making sure I was layered in clothes so that nobody would know what I was looking like. But, people would be like, "Oh, how are you feeling? Do you feel ready?" And in my head, I was like, "No, I don't feel ready at all. So please don't talk to me. I just want to keep to myself." Um, but I would always just be like, yeah, I feel okay. That was like my go-to response, and I'm sure a lot of people at the gym and my family could definitely sense that, like, is this guy gonna be ready? um, by this time I was just coaching myself, and I was just like, I got this. But at the same time, it felt like even if I knew what to do by this time, I didn't have enough time left, because you could only cut so much without losing some muscle. So I didn't want to, come out there and lose all my muscle and come on stage like a stick, and then afterward have to deal with the consequences. So, I did my best. And then actually, when it was actually a day before the show, and I got my first coat of tan. So you need a tan so that under the stage lights, your physique doesn't get completely washed out. You need to show your definition, so you need to be, a little darker skinned. So that's why people get tans for bodybuilding shows. So that was quite the experience. I was naked with a sock on it, if you know what I mean. But it was, less awkward than I thought. It was, at the end of the day, people are just there to do their job. And the guy that was also there was in the open division, and it was a good experience actually. He gave me some advice about what he did in his first shows, and open is the biggest of the big, so he had been competing for a very long time. um, and even the next day, on the day of my show, he gave me some advice before I stepped on stage, which was really cool. Honestly, all the people that I met, like, backstage, everyone was super cool, super supportive. By this time you can't change much, so everyone is just trying to, like, support and help each other, and it's a very big day for everyone. So yeah, the next day I arrived at my show very early, um, and we got our second tan, and I started seeing all these guys backstage, and I was like, damn, like, from backstage, like, there's one thing about being in the audience and seeing someone, and then being right up next to them, and then from there, everyone just looked huge and shredded. So honestly, I didn't think I was gonna do that good, but once we actually got on stage, um, you know, I can only see myself in a certain way, but when we're on stage next to each other, that's when the comparisons start, and I actually did, better than I thought. Um, in conclusion, I actually won 3 out of the 5 of my classes. So each division has several classes, and I competed in men's physique and classic. Men's physique, you're wearing shorts and you're getting judged on your upper body and your shape, and then classic, you're getting judged on your upper and lower body. So then I did true novice, and I did open. So true novice is basically you've never competed and you never won a show. Open, anyone can compete in. and it's like by height basically. I also did a teen division a teen class for my men's physique division, and three. I was actually surprised because the three that I won was one of the men's physique ones, but I won both my classic classes, which is surprising because that's typically considered harder. And in my mind, after the show, I figured that I won what I could have won in classic, but in men's physique, if I had come in leaner, I could have beat a lot more people because in men's physique, I got second, first, and then I also placed fifth. So a lot of those people who beat me just came in extremely shredded, but I had, one of the best shapes and genetics on the stage. So, that's one of the things where it's like, all right, next time I'm going to be perfect. And I, have the experience and I know what to do. Now, leading on to the future, it's definitely something that I want to do again. I did notice that I have to bring up my upper body a lot. Um, my physique is balanced, but my legs clearly are. We're competitive, especially when we did the um, overall. The overall is basically it takes all the winners from each class and puts them all up on stage together. And I didn't win that one, but uh, you know, it showed me what I needed to work on, and so I do plan to take a growing phase. Um, Probably beginning end of December or um, after like the month after, um, and probably do it in like smaller spurts of like 4 month bulks. But we'll see how that works. I want to try something new, so I'm gonna play around with it. But hopefully by the end of that year, after I had done a lot of growing, I do plan to compete again. So hopefully, this time I'll be fully prepared and I'll have much more content leading up to it. And in the future, I do want to make like a bunch of content, just like you know, about bodybuilding, about lifting, about my life, and also like I'm very interested in things like anime, so I do want to like talk about that sometimes, kind of like lead it back to lifting and make kind of my own unique content with that. But anyways, I think I've done enough talking, so I'm just gonna let my physique do the rest of the talking. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Despite all the yapping, I just felt like I had a lot to say. If anything, I could say a lot more. I can make a whole podcast on the things I learned and the things I could talk about. But you know, not all videos will be like this. But if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Um, and I Breathe Divinity and Echo Vision Code Sean. By the time this video goes up, there might still be a Black Friday sale. So I don't know. Just check it out and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Sean VC. Um, my program is up, so if you guys are interested in that, it's much cheaper um, compared to like coaching. But I do want to start coaching as well, and I will start soon. So if you guys want to be coached by me, I'm not doing bodybuilding prep yet. I will just only be doing lifestyle, which is basically everything aside from prep. But if you guys are interested in that, just follow my page and I'll drop it when the time comes. So hope you guys have a good day, good night, good morning, good afternoon, and see you guys.